Hi, this is Evander Holyfield, and you are talking sports with Randy Harris.
Randy's on the sports scene, he's working all the time. Brings you all the scores you need, so get him on the line. Pick up the phone and call him now and say what's on your mind. They should pay him double, cause he's working overtime.
This is Evander Holyfield.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Don't think he believes it.
This is Larry Hurst.
Greg LeBron, Jim Palmer, Tony Fernandez, Hardy Nickerson.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Randy. This is Dan Murphy. My two-man Randy Savage.
Ray Nitschke.
Chris Everett.
George Foreman, and I'm talking sports with Randy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Randy Harris. I don't think he believes it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's very important you don't stink today.
My two-man Randy Savage, and when I want to catch up on all the sports, I listen to the Randy Harris Show. That's the bottom line.
What is going on, everybody? It is another Friday. I should do it kind of like Kelly and Strahan and give the date, but to be honest with you, I have no idea what the date is.
I think it's the 19th, if I'm not mistaken.
All right, well, you would know better than that. Hey, clown face. Hey, moron. We got one of you. We're going to get the other one.
It's only a matter of time.
It is only a matter of time.
You mess with a city like Boston, and everybody comes down on you.
You know, I think no matter where this would have happened,
True,
it would have gone down like this. But you're right. Boston, they don't mess around.
That's the wrong place to do something like this.
I'm going to tell you a story the very first day that I was in Boston about a street fight that happened at Maverick Station in Boston.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll talk about that in a minute. On the line with us right now, a guy who knows a lot about fighting, your Bantamweight champion of the world from the UFC, Dominick Cruz. Dominick, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Thank you very much. I know that you hung out a little extra time to do this show today, and we certainly do appreciate it.
Yeah, no worries. It's all good. I'm just doing my PT right now.
Talk to us real quick. We're going to talk about tomorrow's event, but update us on you and your health and when we may see you back in the cage.
No, I'm not sure on an exact date yet still because I got to talk to Dana. That's the main reason. I've talked to my doctors now. I've talked to my PT guys. I've got an idea of where I'm at, healing. I'm on track and everything. It's just a matter of, getting all logistics figured out with Dana, Lorenzo, and the doctors and getting it all on the same track. So I got cleared to run. I'm jumping rope. I'm hitting light boxing pads. I'm still not doing any kind of live sparring, any kind of live grappling. I haven't done anything live in a while. So that's the hard part is all I can do right now is drill and go very slow on everything.
How difficult?
I'm at about the halfway point on the healing stages that it takes to heal an ACL. So that's the best I can give you.
How difficult has it been for you, what we're going on a year and a half, from live, real action? How difficult? Because I know what kind of competitor you are.
Yeah, that's the hardest part is I want to compete. I'm watching people compete in the weight class, and I'm listening to Faber brag about finishing people that I've already beat up. And it's like, it doesn't, and not just Faber, but Barrow, he's out there, doing these dances in the middle of the cage. He deserves to be the champion and all that, but it's just super hard for me to sit on the outside. And not just that, but I'm behind the analyst desk breaking these guys' styles down and breaking down everything that they're doing well. And it's very hard. It's very hard because I got to just sit and watch. It's like putting a pile of candy in front of a 2-year-old and telling them, and opening the candy up and saying you can't eat it.
I got you. And I know this is going to be a difficult question, and I'm sure, one that you probably won't even want to answer. When you do come back, would you want it to be against Barrow, or would you want to a warm-up to get ready for him as the champion?
Okay, well, I'm going to give you an analyst point of view on this instead of a fighter's point of view. And the analyst point of view in this situation is, what's an easier fight than Barrow in the UFC?
Most?
I was going to say pretty much all of them.
I disagree completely. I think that every fight in the UFC in my division that I'm looking at, and no matter what, when I come back, I'm coming back to anybody in the top 5. And anybody in the top 5 is just as dangerous as Barrow in different ways. The only difference in the top 5 of that division is style. And which style can give me the most problems? Well, they all give me problems. So the choice is I want to fight the champion because I'm the champion, in my opinion, and I want to prove that. So to me, it's like I can either go fight the number 5 guy in the weight class or I can fight the number 1. Why would I ever want to fight the number 5 if I can fight the number 1? That's why we're in this sport. If you're not in this sport to fight the best in the world at any opportunity that you get, then you're in it for the wrong reason.
Very, very, very true. We are on the line with Dominick Cruz, your UFC Bantamweight champion. And you mentioned on that last answer from the analyst standpoint, I want to throw you a major props because 99.9% of the fans in this country, and I would even say 99.9% of the media in this country, believed Uriah Hall was going to win last Saturday. I saw you pick Kelvin to win that fight.
I did. I picked the Arizona boy to win that one. And I kind of looked at it that way because of the wrestling. And you got to really break down the entire show with, what's his last name? I can't pronounce it.
Kelvin Gastelum.
Yeah, it's Kelvin Gastelum. Gastelum, that's what it is, not Gastelum. Gastelum. So with Gastelum, he's been upsetting everybody on the show the entire, season. And the kid he's so light at heart. You ever heard, anybody who's ever heard the term ignorance is bliss? Well, he's, I don't want to say he's ignorant because he's not ignorant, but what I'm saying is his lack of knowledge and where he was at in the sense of, being on TV, fighting Uriah Hall, having Dana White there, none of that even affected him. He was just having a blast out there. He was like a kid in a candy store having fun. He just enjoyed the moment. And I knew that when I watched him getting ready for this fight, Hall was going to crumble under that pressure. I could see it happening already on the show. Once I saw Chael tell him he's a real contender in the division, it freaked him out. That was right when I saw it in his eyes that he was like, man, that's a lot of pressure. Not that Uriah Hall can't handle it at all. The dude's a stud. He can handle the pressure. It's just that it was really soon to throw it on him like that. And then you got Kelvin Gastelum, who's been surprising people and upsetting people the entire show. I mean, he had no pressure on him. He had nothing to lose. So it makes it such an easier fight mentally for Kelvin than it did for Uriah Hall. And on top of that, Kelvin's style is a bad stylistic matchup for Uriah Hall because of his wrestling, his pressure, and the power punching that he throws. All those things make a recipe for a bad fight matchup for a guy like Uriah Hall who enjoys free-flowing space. He likes to use his footwork. He likes to look for openings and feints. Well, anybody pressuring with wrestling doesn't give you reads, doesn't give you openings to use your striking. They're just pressuring you and grappling you and turning it into a dirty grind match. And Kelvin did that perfect, and that's why he won that fight.
We are on the phone with the greatest analyst on TV today, Dominick Cruz. And before we look at tomorrow's event, since you broke that down, Josh Saman has been on our program every week during the Ultimate Fighter. Give me your take on Josh.
Man, that guy, he also... He's got to watch himself because what he did was he put a target on his back by looking so phenomenal on that show. He did great. I tip my hat to him because he fought so well in that fight against a guy that is a black belt on the ground, and he was in a submission at the one time you do not want to be in submissions against a black belt. And that's at the beginning of the fight when you're dry, they're strong. He was in the worst scenario you could possibly be in a fight, and he just beasted out of it. He powered out of it. He hearted through it. It wasn't a whole ton of technique to get out of those submissions, but he's so strong, so powerful, and he won't give up, so he got out of it. And he showed his heart by following up with a good game plan against Kevin Casey by hanging on him the rest of the fight. He knew if you watch any of the tough stuff, Kevin Casey gets tired after it leaves the first round. He just does. I don't know if it's because he's not comfortable in there. I don't know if it's because, I don't know what it is, but he gasses after about a round if he goes hard. And he went very hard in that first round. The man knew that. Comes out in the second round, gets that tie clinch, and you just hang on somebody's head like that, you've got about half the gas left in him in that round because he spent so much time hanging on his opponent, hanging on Kevin Casey's head that he's got no fight left in him. And then you add the fact that he was going to the body with the knees more than he was going to the head. He was just very patient in getting that finish and grinding him out and making sure he got tired before he went for the finish. And for that, I commend him.
We are talking to Dominick Cruz. And before we run out of time, because I know you're a busy guy. We do need to touch base on tomorrow's UFC on Fox 7, another stacked card.
Yeah, super stacked card. I'm excited for this one because I was looking it over, and it's like I'm watching tape on these guys, and I'm like sitting in my room, pumped up, watching just tape on all these guys because they're all so good in every one of their fights. So, Jordan Maine versus Matt Brown, Josh Thompson versus Diaz, DC versus Mir, and Gilbert versus Benson. And I would have to say the sleeper fight of the night, one of the sleeper fights of the night, is going to be Darren Elkins and Chad Mendes, because those guys, Darren Elkins is on a rampage. He just knocked out Carvalho, which nobody saw coming. So now Elkins has got his finish that he's been criticized so much for. Let's see how he does against a guy like Mendes, who's got speed, power. He's got all the wrestling base that Elkins has and more because of the speed and the submission grappling that he also has. This card is just going to be sick.
I hate to start right at the top, but since we do have the best analyst on TV on, talk to me a little bit about champion versus champion, and in fact, they both are title holders in Gilbert Melendez and Benson Henderson.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, champion versus champion. You got Ben Henderson, who is getting ready to go on his third title defense, which would do what? It would create history for the first time ever in the UFC for the 155-pound champion to get 3 consecutive titles. So that's huge. But then you got Gilbert Melendez, who's won 8 out of 9 title shots in Strikeforce. So he's been in the big show. He's carried the show on his back before. If you're a main event, they're counting on you to carry that show and have a good fight to end the night. He's been there. He's done that. He's dealt with the pressure. He knows what it is. And it's been Gilbert's dream since day one to be a UFC world champion. I know that. I know Gilbert well. He's a good friend of mine. So it's going to be a sick fight. I see this being a very close fight, and I see it going to a split decision. And the reason why I see that is because both these guys have such good wrestling. It's going to cancel out a lot of the wrestling. It's going to be a lot of boxing, but I see, I see Benson just squeaking it out because he's got such great cardio. And one thing he does very well is he scrambles. And if you scramble a lot on anybody, it wears them down and they can't keep that pace. The difference is Ben Henderson's pace is built off of scrambles. That's how he gains momentum. That's how he gains rhythm, is off of scrambles, which is unusual and unorthodox. Whereas Gilbert doesn't waste any energy. He's good at stopping the first move, stopping the second move, and then imposing his will. With a guy like Ben, it's hard to impose your will because you can't submit him, and his wrestling is always a threat. And like I said, those scrambles really offset your rhythm if you're against him. So I think Ben's just going to give him a tough time with the scrambles and the pace, and I think he squeaks out a decision. Just an educated guess on this one.
There you go. And I hate to monopolize your time, but I need to talk to you a little bit about the Frank Mir-Cormier fight. Cormier, a lot of people, a lot of fans are, a lot of hype, kind of like the Hector Lombard hype. And Frank Mir, every time you think he's down, he pulls a rabbit out of the hat.
Yeah, it's something you got to recognize about Frank Mir that I know Cormier is smart enough to recognize. He's also an analyst, so I know he breaks down fights and he thinks before he goes in there to fight somebody. I don't think he's going to go to the ground with Mir. I don't think we're going to see that. I think what we're going to see from Cormier is he's going to be boxing, staying on the outside, utilizing his speed and he's deceptively hard to hit. He cuts angles well, and he doesn't go straight back very often. And something that he does also very well is if you do pressure him, he knows how to power double, and that relieves pressure from your opponent if you go for a shot. And the reason that happens is you're thinking about the shot, and now you break the rhythm of the striking, and you break the rhythm of the pressure. So what I see Cormier doing is being able to move around, be free-flowing on the outside. He's going to throw a takedown in there every here and there, and that's just to stop any momentum that Frank Mir might be able to build up. Anytime somebody's doing well striking, if you put them on their butt for 1 second, even if you don't go to the ground with them, it breaks momentum and it breaks rhythm. So you kind of can gain control of the fight again with just a takedown, even if you don't even go down to the ground with them. So that's why I give this win to Cormier, because he can dictate where the fight goes at any time. And he's actually pretty good standing. But what I will give an edge to Mir is he's a southpaw, and I don't know how many southpaws Cormier's gone against. And that being said, that means that Frank Mir has tons more repetition striking, plus experience-wise, with a conventional striker than Cormier is going to have with a southpaw being Mir. which brings a different dynamic to the striking of Cormier and Mir, which could throw a weird spin on it. So we'll see what happens. This is a big fight for Cormier in experience, to step up his game in experience.
You know, Dominick, I always hate to run across people that hate the job that they're doing, and I get the feeling you're really enjoying this analyst job.
Well, I just like talking fighting, man. I could do this all day. It's what I do. It's all I do.
You know what? We could do this all day as well, but I don't want to get yelled at again for keeping you too long. Thank you very much for your time. We're going to put you on hold just for a quick second. We're going to hit a break, and hopefully we can get you back on somehow.
All right. Thank you.
Dominick Cruz, everybody, your Bantamweight champion of the world. We'll be right back.
If you want to look your best, you need Mick for hair. Mick Ferrari is Tampa Bay's hairstylist to the stars. Mick has spent 25 years keeping the Bay Area beautiful and is the official hair care provider for Talking Sports. To look your best, you need to go to the best. And the best in the Bay is Mick Ferrari. For information or to book your consultation with Mick, visit his website at mickforhair.com. That's mickforhair.com. Call Mick for Hair direct at 727-573-9711. That's 573-9711.
Great food and good times at Babalu Restaurant and Bar, located at 9246 4th Street North in St. Petersburg. From the breakfast, Atkins, and full menu to the beer, wine, and liquor bar, Babalu Restaurant has it all. Check out their menus online at babalueats.com and then dine in, carry out, or get it delivered. Wings, burgers, sandwiches, and much, much more for the whole family at Babalu Restaurant and Bar in St. Pete on 4th Street and 92nd Avenue.
Regal Entertainment Group, where we do entertainment big. Regal Cinemas Theaters feature stadium seating, crystal clear picture quality, and the latest of digital surround sound. Interested in free movies, popcorn, soft drinks, and more? Join the Regal Crown Club. Membership is free. As a member, you'll earn credits for free concessions and movie tickets, learn about monthly offers, and can create your own personalized movie page. Sign up at regmovies.com or at any Regal Cinemas Theater. Become a Regal Crown Club member today.
This is world traveler Randy Harris, and I'm always looking for hidden jewels for my audience, and I found another one. It's the #1 tour in Cozumel, so cut loose with Salsa and Salsa. Tease your taste buds while making salsas and drinking unlimited margaritas. Then bust some salsa moves with the famous dancing chefs. Salsa and Salsa Cozumel shares the tastes and sounds of the Caribbean. Join the dancing chefs for a mixture of fun and laughter on Cozumel's #1 tour. Surprise yourself and find out why they say Olé! Check them out at salsaandsalsa.com.
Hey, this is Dylan Hart Jr., and you're talking sports with Randy Harris.
Hey, let's go back to the Talking Sports Show.
All right, we are back, and I got to tell you what, and I know this is the Talking Sports Show and not Knockout Radio, but Dominick Cruz is phenomenal.
That was an awesome interview.
As an analyst, I didn't even have to interview him.
Yeah, he just you give him that softball, and he just takes it out there.
All right, real quick before Christopher Swink comes on, a big charity event later on tonight we're going to talk to him about. I want to tell you the story in Boston. So I just get to Boston. I'm in the United States Navy. I get off of the T at Maverick Station. Our ship was dry docked in Maverick Station. And this is, if I remember, the first day, the second. It's like I'm brand new there, okay? And I know it's a bad city, but my family's from Philadelphia, and you know what? We're just as bad in Philadelphia as you are in Boston.
Not too
as
worried
you are,
about it.
right? I mean, I'm not saying me. I'm just saying the city itself.
Yeah.
I swear to you, as I am sitting here, I get off the tram. I come up, to the station. There's a fight going on in the middle of the street.
Well, that didn't take long.
Yeah. And the guy says, and there's a whole lot of people all around just watching. And the guy says, I should cut your freaking throat. I'm going to take your nose instead. And with a switchblade, zippity-doo-dah.
Holy crap.
I pretty much ran to the boat. I'm like 19 years old. I'm like, that's all I got to see.
Wow.
Yep. You know what they fought over?
It's probably something stupid.
A girl. A female.
Wow. Yeah, nothing to lose your nose over.
No, you think? and then I vaguely, and everybody knows I barely remember yesterday, but somebody came up to the guy as he's laying on the ground and said, hey, dude, can I help you? And he's like, where were you 30 seconds ago?
Wow.
Like somebody's going to jump out there,
Can't get your nose back. It would have been helpful if you...
Woo!
helped them keep it in the first place.
No, it was definitely unbelievable. But there is a lot of sports news going on. It appears like common sense would say that all sporting events in the city of Boston are going to be postponed.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, the entire city and surrounding area, all the suburbs pretty much have been closed down. Everybody has been told stay in your houses.
So as a Red Sox fan, which you are, as of 30 minutes ago or whatever, the game has not been canceled yet.
Correct.
Why?
It doesn't make sense.
People can't come into the city.
Not even the people that work at Fenway can come in to get the
great game. The Sox,
ready.
The players won't even be there.
Right? Yeah, it's not going to happen at all. You can't go anywhere. The MBTA is completely shut down, so people wouldn't be able to get to or from, even if they were allowed to leave their houses. So I don't really know what the holdup is. Bottom line, it's not happening. Push everything in Boston. At least a day, maybe two, depending on how long it takes it to find suspect number 2. But yeah, hopefully it's
Did you see the uncle?
He says that
he's a loser.
Yeah, he said he deserves to die.
He was livid.
I would be too.
Oh, absolutely. Well, and what I relate that with is Lacey. After that whole thing went down here, in the St. Pete area, and Jeff Lacey had an appearance that weekend over at the fairgrounds, and he had to cancel. And, people were taking hostility, at him and all that kind of stuff, and they kind of had to get away. All right, real quick, I want to touch base, a charity event that I'm going to tonight. On the phone with us from Jacob's Touch, Mr. Christopher Swink. Christopher, how are you, sir?
Hi, good afternoon. Happy to be here.
I appreciate your time. I know you're a busy man. Before we talk about Diamonds and Denim tonight, talk to us about Jacob's Touch.
Absolutely. Jacob's Touch is a Tampa Bay-based community, essentially hometown foundation, and what we do in our goal and objective is really twofold. Number one is to provide referral support to families of children who have those children on the spectrum of autism, whether it be where to go for help, testing, evaluations, etc. And also we help out in the form of financial grants that we actually give to facilities to help cover the amazing costs associated with all the different therapies associated and tied to the spectrum disorder of autism, from ABA therapy to evaluations, etc., helping them with those financial responsibilities.
The community throughout the Tampa Bay area, they have an opportunity to help Jacob's Touch, to help the charity, and have a pretty good time as well. And I've been told by people, including my wife, to bring not one but 2 credit cards tonight.
We would love it if you would do that. We've been very fortunate this week to be focused and get some great attention. Last night on Fox 13, Lloyd Sowers did a fantastic story on one of the families that we actually helped last year with a financial grant. Not 1, 2, but they possibly, their youngest child, they may have 3 children suffering from autism at home. And it really highlighted the personal touch that is involved with raising children with autism, coupled with the therapies and treatments and the different things necessary to go through that process. It's not normal child rearing by any stretch. It requires a lot of work, a lot of patience, and a lot of involvement. So if you have a chance to see that, I encourage your viewers to take a look at our website, jacobstouch.org. Like us on Facebook or Twitter. The link is up. And it's just a great overview of a family that we help, along with a good highlight on Kimmy Fine, our president and founder of Jacob's Touch, and her son, Jacob.
Give us the rundown on tonight's event. Where is it at? How do people get tickets? What's involved in the event? The people that already have tickets, or people that are kind of on the fence and say, hey, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. This is our second year doing this event over at the Tampa Yacht Club, and we're excited because it's a great venue. It's an intimate location. Tonight should be a beautiful evening, so we're going to have both. We're going to have both the inside available and outside. It's a Diamond and Denim's dress, so ladies, get dressed up in your greatest bling. For us guys, it's going to be a jeans and a nice going out shirt kind of night. $75 at the door gets you in. Drinks and food, of course, are included. Corey Dillon from 970 WFLA is going to be our MC. We have John Thomas coming to help out with the live auction items as well. We're going to have a great DJ, great food, but more importantly, we're here to raise money. And the more money that we raise, the more families that we can help in the Tampa Bay area from a financial perspective. So we encourage everybody to come out and grab 3 credit cards if you have an extra one handy. Get some great auction items, including silent auction items.
Well, I want to thank my attorney, Danny Alvarez, who I believe is on your board or involved with you guys, who kind of got me, told me a little bit about the foundation. I'm looking forward to coming out, and I'm looking forward to getting very involved with you from here on out.
Well, that's wonderful. The gates open tonight at about 7 o'clock, and, come when you can to get there. We'll probably kick off the live auction items within about an hour or two after the doors open. The silent auctions are going to be open right away. Like I said, it's going to be a beautiful evening tonight, raising great funds for a great organization. And I encourage you to visit jacobstouch.org to purchase tickets, or if you'd like, just show up at the event, and we'll get you taken care of day of.
Awesome. We'll put a link up on our website as well. Christopher, thank you very much for your time, and looking forward to meeting you tonight.
Absolutely, sir. Have a good night.
Thank you very much, and I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's out at the Yacht Club in Tampa, so we're taking the wife. We're going to go out there and have a good time.
And I'm looking at the website. Last year, he said that it was their first year. They raised $20,000, which is pretty good for their first time out. Their goal this year is $50,000. So definitely, if you are able to go out there tonight and help support a great cause and help them achieve that goal.
I made a quick call to a buddy of mine who runs a jewelry store, and I'm like, hey, do you guys ever do like the red carpet thing where you'll loan? And I wanted to borrow like $1 million worth of diamonds. And he said if I would have asked a little bit sooner, the owner was out of town, and David Santos, Diamond David Santos,
right.
Former boxer, really good dude. He's like, I probably could okay it, but I don't know.
$1 million worth, that's pretty steep.
Well, this is what I was going to do. I'm not a total moron. Okay. I may look like one, but I was going to borrow as much too, and I was really trying to get $1 million worth of diamonds. Mm-hmm. And 2 local Pinellas Park police officers were going to come with me tonight. I'm not an idiot. Like I could ever pay that back.
Armed guard.
I was going to bring 2 armed guards.
And make sure that not only did they not get lost, they wouldn't be taken from you, and you'd be able to get them back, because that's having them go with you is a cheap insurance policy.
Again, mama didn't raise no fool.
Right.
So that's one charity event. We'll have Summer Lot coming up here in a few minutes, but I know you have plenty of sports things, and we do need to kind of touch base on some of them.
We have, 6 days now until the draft? So that's next Thursday. Actually, you talked about Summer Lot. That's the same day we have the charity golf event with them next week. But we have the draft coming up. And what are your thoughts with everything that's gone on with the Bucs and free agency? Where do they go from here? They've addressed wide receivers. They've brought in some linebackers. Most notably, they've stepped up their secondary. Now what? What are they going to be addressing? They have Freeman for his last year. They did re-sign Orlovsky as the backup, so I don't think they would be bringing in another quarterback, at least quite yet. Don't need anything at running back. Obviously, Doug Martin, with his performance last year, I think he's going to be around for quite some time here in the pewter and red. So the offensive line, you have Davin Joseph coming back. That's huge.
And he said, I saw him out at the Mike Allstott event, and Davin said he's done rehabbing. Mm-hmm. He's ready to go. He's good to go. I think the first thing that needs to be done is make a decision on, are you going after Revis or not?
Yeah.
Are you going to add him or not? And I don't think the Rondé Barber situation comes into play at all. Rondé's going to be a situational guy, more a figurehead kind of guy.
He's going to be there to mentor Barron, really.
Well, him, and you know what? Yeah, I think he could help Revis out a lot as well.
You think so?
Well, I think Revis's problems are off the field, as we all do. Revis's problems between the ears. Mm-hmm. Revis has that I'm the greatest guy in the world attitude. Get around a guy like Rondé Barber, you tend to change a little bit. There is a reason that locker room was the way it was back in the day. It's because of number 55. And I had spent, up until a couple years ago, more time in that locker room covering the Tampa Bay Buccaneers than I believe anybody in this town.
Mm-hmm.
I think I saw Derek Brooks say 10 words.
That's it?
That's it.
Wow.
And normally the only words I ever saw was, "Hey, Randy." And that's it as he walked by. I mean, he would do his interviews. You'd hit him up at his locker and stuff.
Yeah.
But Derek was that type of leader that you didn't want to piss him off. You wanted to follow in Derek Brooks' footsteps. And Rondé's a lot like that as well. Rondé's not a big talker. Rondé's not a big... But I think if you put Rondé around Revis a little bit, the length of Rondé's career and kind of straighten him up a little, as well as age on Revis.
Right.
When you first come up, and, we did an interview on Wednesday with Kelvin, who won the Ultimate Fighter. Mm-hmm. And we had a caller that called in at Knockout Radio and said...
Great caller.
God, that was an awful interview. God, He didn't know what to say. He didn't know how to handle. He didn't. And I'm like, hold on a second. This kid's like 21 years old. Guys get thrown into the limelight, when they're in college. There's microphones in front of them. Then they get into the pros. There's microphones in front of them. There's money everywhere. That just sounded like Adrian from Rocky. There's money. They don't have time to grow up.
Yeah.
And when you are the elite player at the position, the elite player on your team, sometimes we've been around these guys. Mm-hmm. They feel they don't have to grow up. They feel they don't have to act mature. They don't. Everybody's kissing their ass. Everybody's paying them a ton of money. You walk into a store, there's your name on the back of a shirt, on the back of a jersey. Keeping Rondé around for stuff like that, not just Martin, is a good move.
Yeah, and it does seem like they are that larger than life. They believe that larger than life. And you brought up the money. With the money that Revis wants, is he worth the money he wants to bring him here, or giving up the draft picks and then having to sign him again to another high price contract if you can get Rondé to get him right in the head and make him the elite? I
wanted to say but I also needed to let you talk.
Okay.
No, I'm finishing. Okay. But you don't keep Rondé Barber on the team just as a mentor.
No.
If you're not going to use Rondé on the field, then you don't bring him back. And if he wants to take some kind of position, on the team as a mentoring, whatever, that's one thing. I strongly supported the Tampa Bay Buccaneers when they made the decision to move on from Warren Sapp, to move on from Derek Brooks, to move on from John Lynch. Whether they're ready to move on or not, make the decision and stick with it. You don't owe a player anything.
Right.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers owe Rondé Barber zip.
True.
Put it this way. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers owe Rondé Barber the same thing they owe me. Exactly. With that, we're going to hit a break, and we'll be right back.
This is World Traveler Randy Harris, and I'm always looking for hidden jewels for my audience, and I found another one. It's the #1 tour in Cozumel, so cut loose with Salsa and Salsa. Tease your taste buds while making salsas and drinking unlimited margaritas. Then bust some salsa moves with the famous dancing chefs. Salsa and Salsa Cozumel shares the tastes and sounds of the Caribbean. Join the dancing chefs for a mixture of fun and laughter on Cozumel's #1 tour. Surprise yourself and find out why they say Olé! Check them out at salsaandsalsa.com.
Check out our friends at West Chase Golf Club just north of the airport off the Veteran Expressway for a beautiful and challenging course. I've been out there many times and the greens are great. Quiet, upscale, but very public, West Chase is consistently ranked in the top 10 nationally and #1 in the state of Florida for customer service by the National Golf Foundation. Ask about the Advantage Card. Just $25 for Florida residents and you'll get up to 40% off your greens fees, free use of the GPS system, and a bunch more. Log on to westchasegc.com for more. West Chase Golf Club. It's not private. You'll just think it is.
The Pressbox Sports Emporium is Tampa's favorite place to watch the big game. Known for their chicken wings and the best burgers in town, the Pressbox also features a full menu, daily happy hours and specials, and of course a special menu for the kids. Check out the new 12 draft system or the boxing or WWE pay-per-view parties. Go to PressboxSports.com for more information and money-saving coupons. Proudly serving South Tampa for over 20 years. The Pressbox Sports Emporium at 222 South Dale Mabry in Tampa.
You're hungry. Where do you go to eat?
Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
You want to have a drink? Where do you go?
Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
Having a get-together with the guys from the softball team? Where do you do it?
That's right, Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
Located at 1320 Central Avenue, St. Petersburg, right across from Tropicana Field, Berg's is the best place to take the whole family for food and fun. Going to a Rays game? Have dinner before the game at Berg's, and after the Rays win, come and celebrate with all your friends at Berg's, right across from the Trop. So come down and see Berg and the whole gang at Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
Hi, this is Steve Garvey, and you're talking sports with the Randy Harris.
Hey, let's go back to the Talking Sports Show.
All right, we are back. We never tend to give out the phone numbers, 866-10-1340. We have a stack of tickets to the Home and Garden Show.
You know, when I picked those up yesterday, I was walking through where they were having the event up there at the convention center in Tampa, and they were still putting everything together, but they have some really cool stuff up there.
So in other words, we now have 2 less tickets to give away.
That's
cool.
I was gonna.
No, it's
yeah, pretty much.
I enjoy going out to it. There's over 600 exhibits, and we're going to
gigantic.
We're going to have Dave on here in about 15. Well, not 15, about 10 minutes from now, to talk about it. He's also given us the go-ahead, all right? And I know I'm going to butcher the name, but Teresa Giudice,
yes,
who is from the New Jersey Housewives, is doing an appearance on Sunday. We have the go-ahead to give VIP passes, which means you won't stand in line. So if you want to go meet her, we've got the capability to have you go out and meet Teresa from the New Jersey Housewives. And who doesn't love that show?
Right?
Especially her, if you've seen the show at all.
She was also on the Celebrity Apprentice as well.
She wasn't as good there as she is on the Housewives.
A little bit better on the Housewives show, but
next Thursday, you already mentioned at the top of the hour, we will be back out at the golf course.
Looking forward to that so much, especially with the weather. It's been great, setting up for a great day.
Keep kids safe. Hosted by MVP Dexter Jackson on the phone with us again this week. Summer Lott. Summer, how are you?
I'm doing very well. How are you, Randy?
Very excited. We're looking forward to next week. I just talked to, we call him the champ, Antonio Tarver, who will be out there next Thursday. He's excited. How's everything? How's the plans? How are we looking?
Oh, my gosh, we're looking so good. Everyone is getting excited. The weather's looking great. We have all the plans set to go. We've got a full field of excited golfers, short one team, and I'd like to think that is a slot just waiting for one of your listeners to jump in and fill it, to come out and play with some very excited celebrities.
I really expected it to be full summer, but I'm headed out to another charity event tonight, and I'll get it taken care of tonight.
Well, I am very excited to hear that, and honestly, I think it's going to be really just meant to be that last team comes to play with us, and I think it's going to be their pleasure, because we are just booking the entire day full of surprises, prizes. We've got cash prizes, and really just so many excited celebrities ready to come, hang out, sign autographs, take pictures, really just make the day as fun as possible for everyone who's coming out to raise money for the kids.
Summer, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to throw out a challenge. Since you only need one more team, whether you get them through our program or not, the last team that signs up, if they beat my team, they can come in and host the show. They can run the show all by themselves. We'll just sit there to make sure we don't get fined, and it'll be their show.
I was going to say there might be some liability involved in that, but I like that challenge.
Well, there's called a cough button, a drop button, 2 producers, my owner that stands right behind us. So we'll make sure. But that's the challenge. If the next team that signs up, the last team that'll be eligible, if they beat us, good luck. But if they do, they can run the show.
I like it. I like it a lot. I'm going to spread the word. You're a tough team, but I think there's other teams out there that want to take that challenge. So I'm going to spread the word. I want you to as well, and we'll see what we can do. I think it's going to be a good challenge out there.
And for those people out there who haven't heard it on the show yet, when we've had you on prior, what is the Keep Kids Safe Celebrity Golf Scramble going to be all about?
Well, really, it's just an amazing opportunity for local businesses, local celebrities, and really national celebrities who happen to just be willing to join forces with us locally, and amazing golfers to come out and join hands in support of local children in need, in the name of Directions for Living. That's the agency we're supporting here, in the Children and Family Services. So 5,000 children served annually, most of whom have experienced abuse, neglect, traumas, some of the stuff that's not that fun to talk about, but it's very real, and we're raising in money for a great cause, and but all in the name of fun. So really what we're doing is we're going to be filling a field full of fun surprises. We've got a Bloody Mary bar out there. We've got excellent tea gifts, cash prizes available, all sorts of fun opportunities to really advance your game. So that's going to be an incredible opportunity. Just really tons of amazing things. And then once you get up to the VIP awards reception, we've got, just all the extras. We've got $40,000 in silent auction items that you do not want to miss. We've got decadent, delicious dinner with drink tickets for all of our players. We've got, live entertainment, photo booth, the whole 9 yards. It's really a day and a night that you're not going to want to miss.
Well, we're looking forward to it. If somebody's listening and they want to get involved, come out as a volunteer, come bid on an auction. Maybe they want to put that last team in. How do they get in touch with you?
What you want to do is you want to go to directionsforliving.org/golf, and you can do everything right online. Not only will you see our beautiful website full of our celebrities' beautiful faces, but you can also find our phone numbers. You can, just to get more information, you can get involved to volunteer, and you can register right there online. If you don't want to spend more than 5 minutes, you can get in, get out, and have your team all signed up without leaving the website.
We're less than a week away. Summer, thank you very much. I'll see you next Thursday.
Thank you guys so much. I'll see you soon.
Summer Lot, we're looking forward to that. And real quickly before we hit this break, the very limited edition John Bones Jones shoes and shirt went on sale today.
I've seen the Twitter buzz. It's been
sold out in just over 3 minutes.
I'm surprised it took that long.
Well, what happened was, and Sean K.O. Radio bought a pair, and I tried to buy a pair, but the computer went haywire. Then when I went back, the 10.5s were gone. Now all that's available is 9s and 11s. I didn't think, eBay. I didn't think resell. I didn't think, because I don't think that way.
Yeah.
So I didn't purchase them. I sat there for a while, and then I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll get them and I can trade them. They were gone 3.5 minutes.
Wow.
Shirt sold out. Supposedly tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific time, more Bones shirts will go on sale, different shirts. And I didn't like the shirt either, so I didn't buy it. I want a Bones nose. I want something like that. And if you know anything MMA-wise, UFC-wise, John Jones, your light heavyweight champion.
Kind of a big deal.
Kind of a big deal. Big fight next Saturday in New Jersey. Of course, Knockout Radio will be up there as Chael Sonnen takes on John Jones. So we'll talk more about that. We'll touch base on your list. Every week you come with a list of things to talk about. We never seem to get to them.
We hardly ever get to them. There's so much stuff when we always talk about everything else except what's on there. But we'll get to some more of that after we hit this last break, and we'll catch you on the flip side.
This is Alice Cooper talking with Randy Harris on Talking Sport.
You're hungry. Where do you go to eat?
Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
You want to have a drink? Where do you go?
Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
Having a get-together with the guys from the softball team? Where do you do it?
That's right, Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
Located at 1320 Central Avenue, St. Petersburg, right across from Tropicana Field, Berg's is the best place to take the whole family for food and fun. Going to a Rays game? Have dinner before the game at Berg's, and after the Rays win, come and celebrate with all your friends at Berg's, right across from the Trop. So come down and see Berg and the whole gang at Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
This is World Traveler Randy Harris, and I'm always looking for hidden jewels for my audience, and I found another one. It's the #1 tour in Cozumel, so cut loose with salsa and salsa. Tease your taste buds while making salsas and drinking unlimited margaritas. Then bust some salsa moves with the famous dancing chefs. Salsa and Salsa Cozumel shares the tastes and sounds of the Caribbean. Join the dancing chefs for a mixture of fun and laughter on Cozumel's #1 tour. Surprise yourself and find out why they say, Olé! Check them out at salsaandsalsa.com.
Check out our friends at West Chase Golf Club just north of the airport off the Veteran Expressway for a beautiful and challenging course. I've been out there many times and the greens are great. Quiet, upscale, but very public, West Chase is consistently ranked in the top 10 nationally and number 1 in the state of Florida for customer service by the National Golf Foundation. Ask about the Advantage Card. Just $25 for Florida residents and you'll get up to 40% off your greens fees, free use of the GPS system, and a bunch more. Log on to westchasegc.com for more. West Chase Golf Club. It's not private. You'll just think it is.
The Pressbox Sports Emporium is Tampa's favorite place to watch the big game. Known for their chicken wings and the best burgers in town, the Pressbox also features a full menu, daily happy hours and specials, and of course a special menu for the kids. Check out the new 12 draft system or the boxing or WWE pay-per-view parties. Go to PressboxSports.com for more information and money-saving coupons. Proudly serving South Tampa for over 20 years. The Pressbox Sports Emporium at 222 South Elm Mabry in Tampa.
Yo, what's up? This is DDP, Diamond Dallas Page World Championship Wrestling, and you're talking sports with Randy Harris.
Hey, let's go back to the Talking Sports Show.
All right, we are back, and I was just getting ready to say that's my favorite liner of the 465 liners I have, but I have a feeling they chopped it.
Why do you say that?
Well, you've heard the DDP one that we run on Wednesday on Knockout Radio, which we took from this, where he goes and feel the bang. You know, the old DDP Dallas Diamond Page kind of thing, but we'll have to check into that. So, the Lakers.
Yeah.
No comment? I'm glad they're in the playoffs. You know why?
So they can go down in
flames?
my
God, I want to watch them just get killed. I want to watch them get destroyed.
I think, and that's definitely going to happen. I think, guys. I don't think that Howard has been really doing.
But it's different now. Now it's more of a team, and somebody said it as a joke that the Lakers have a better chance because now they have a full team
because
Kobe's not playing. But we mentioned it earlier this weekend. We still have some tickets left to give away for this weekend's Tampa Home and Garden Show out at the Convention Center. You mentioned you stopped by it, you saw it. Instead of hearing it from your side, let's go to the head guy, the main guy running the show. Dave, how are you, sir?
Good, guys. How are you?
Appreciate your time. I know how busy you are, but wanted to get you on so you could talk to us a little bit about the Tampa Home and Garden Show out there at the Convention Center.
Yes, sir.
Tell us a little bit about it. What can we expect?
Well, this is the largest show in the area. It's featuring everything in and around the home: kitchen, bath, windows, doors, interior designers, cutting-edge product. We have great entertainment this weekend, guys. We have Chip Wade from HGTV coming in tomorrow, doing seminars all day long. And then the big day is Sunday. We have Teresa Giudice from the Real Jersey Housewives performing all day at the Tampa Home and Garden Show.
Now, if people pay extra, will she throw a table?
Will she throw a table for extra? Yeah, but you don't want to know the price. I think it's about $2,500.
Hey, I don't know. There's some people around here. They may look forward to that. We tweeted out, about coming out to meet her. She retweeted it. She's very excited, to come down. The thing that I like about this show, Dave, is, you can go out there and get ideas. You may not even know you need something until you go out there and kind of see a booth or two.
Exactly right. There's nothing like a home show. You can go online looking. You could travel. A home show is going to stop you. Is going to prevent you from traveling to 16, 18 different locations to look for something you need for your home. It's all here. Everything for in your own home is in one room.
Where can people get tickets?
Tickets, as a matter of fact, Walgreens and the Home Depot are doing free ticket giveaways all weekend long. Any area Walgreens, any area Home Depot, you can pick up a free complimentary $8 pass.
You can't beat that. Now you have no excuse at all to not get out there this weekend.
No excuse whatsoever. It's a 3-day show. Today, tomorrow, Sunday. Show hours tomorrow are from 10 to 6. Show hours on Sunday. Tomorrow, Saturday is 10 to 7, and Sunday is 10 to 6.
A lot of people have been emailing. A lot of people have been tweeting me about the time that Teresa will be there.
Yeah, Teresa will be here 11:30 until 3 o'clock, 3:30.
So plenty of time, and you and I talked about doing a couple VIP things. We're going to take care of that later today. We're looking forward to coming out. It's an exciting time to be out there at the Home and Garden Show. Dave,
it
thanks
really
for
is, guys.
on.
The show looks great. It's extremely highly decorated. Everybody's here having a great time. The aisles are packed right now, and the vendors are all happy.
I will be out there first thing tomorrow morning, and I'll try to find you to say hi.
Okay. Good talking to you
sir.
guys.
Thanks. We will see you tomorrow, and we do have some VIP passes to meet Teresa where you don't have to stand in line.
Yeah, because I imagine she's going to be...
There's going to be a line.
Hot ticket item, for lack of a better term.
No disrespect, but the Chip guy from the home show.
Chip Wade.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know who that is. I don't watch it, but I guarantee you there'll be a line there.
Certainly, yeah.
I could put you at a booth, and I guarantee there'll be a line there.
I don't know about that.
Well, I don't know how short or long the line will be, but there'll be people there. Come on.
3. A line of 3.
Hey, you know what? I'll take it.
Sounds like a plan to me.
If you have any interest at all in going out to the Tampa Home and Garden Show, we will drop a stack of tickets off to Mick for Hair in the Clearwater area, or as he says, Queerwater, and we'll get some tickets over to Tampa. So if you're over in the Tampa area, you'll be able to pick those up as well. Free tickets. Go out there, and if you tweet me, if you Facebook me, if you email me, if you flag me down as I'm driving by, I may even give you some VIP tickets to meet Teresa.
As you said earlier, no excuse not to go.
None. I'm going. I can't wait. Tomorrow night, I'm also going out to the Humane Society of Tampa. It's a big charity event, so I'm looking forward to that. But I know we only have about 9 minutes left. Let's do as much sports as we can. That's why you're here.
That's why we tend to show up and do this show. Rays have not been doing all that well this season, but if you talk to Joe Maddon, you wouldn't really know it. He has been trying to get the most out of the losses. They're only 5-10 this season. Thoughts? I mean, Maddon seems to be happy with the way the defense has been playing. Longoria, that was a huge question mark, how he was going to be able to come back with his injury and his surgery. Pitching hasn't been all that great, but it hasn't been the worst thing. It's been mostly the offense.
But is the problem, and you're the baseball guy, you played for Team USA in the military and all that kind of stuff, is the problem, and kind of go back to Uriah Hall, and kind of go back, and I always bring up Sabby Piscatelli, when you throw out the next great thing, the next best thing. Sports Illustrated picked the Tampa Bay Rays to not only go to, but win the World Series. So as a fan, as we're sitting back as fans, we're saying, wow, that's awesome. These guys are awesome. These guys are great. And then when they come out of the block struggling, are we putting too much into the media? Are we putting too much into what we read? Right now, this is just a pretty good average team that a lot of times don't know how to run the bases.
Yeah, well, that we have seen now. I tend to agree with you. Surprisingly enough, and it wasn't just SI. I mean, pretty much a good chunk of the media was saying that not only are the Rays a playoff team, but they would go deep in the playoffs, win the pennant, as you said, go to and even win the World Series. If you put too much on a team as a whole, especially when
too much expectations,
then it's really hard for them to meet them. That's true with putting that onto an individual, but if before the season starts, the media is putting a lot of that out there beforehand, then the entire team feels that pressure. So hopefully everything will start to come together. If they need to go have some sort of team building exercise outside of baseball, have a dinner, something like that, and just sort of mellow out, say, you know what, everything's okay. We have plenty of time left.
I would just like to see them do their jobs. I don't think they necessarily need to do that. I think in my opinion, a lot is put on that. I know, the Bucks have done it. I know the Lightning has done it. These guys, this is your job.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't, your little league team and let's all be friends. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be friends. You don't have to like. This is your job. Go out and perform. Go out and give the best you can. And in my opinion, we don't go out and do any bonding things. I barely see you other than when you show up for the show.
True.
We don't need bonding stuff. It's our jobs.
But when you also think about it, then you have a situation like when you said Lakers. Now they're going to play better now that they don't have Kobe on the team. People are saying that. Well, Kobe's really a significant part of that team.
Sure.
So
they're going to rally around the fact that he's not there, but they're not going to go out and go to a bowling event and all become together as a team because they're now bowling.
Right, but you have to know how to play together on a team. And even though baseball, it is more so an individual sport played as a team, as opposed to having to rely on each other to do your jobs on the field, you still have to have that chemistry.
Do you believe in the conspiracy theorists? The umpires, Major League Baseball is out for the Tampa Bay Rays.
No.
They make a bad call at home plate. They make a bad call at first. They make a bad call at second. And we talk about it on Wednesday. I'm the most gullible person there is.
Mm-hmm.
I believe everybody. I trust everybody. I like almost everybody. I don't think that they're like, oh, it's the Rays.
Not at all.
Let's call this really bad pitch a strike because it's the Rays. The Rays are at home, by the way, for the next 6 days. They face the Athletics and then the Yankees.
Getting the Yankees in town, that'll probably be their largest crowd in a while. Even though Jeter has a new fracture in his ankle,
won't be back till July.
At least, that's at the soonest. So things were put on hold for him. A-Rod's not there. Teixeira's not there. Granderson's not there. All these issues. So maybe the fan base will fall off, but it is what it is. So, but the Athletics, they did so well last year. They're doing well this year, surprisingly enough. You think a little bit more Moneyball going on out there in Oakland?
It appears.
You think they're going to be able to handle the mighty Angels and even the Rangers?
I would say no, but they've done it. They've gotten through. You would say, can the Rays get past the big bad bullies of the Yankees and the Red Sox? They have.
Mm-hmm.
That's Billy Ball.
Yeah.
That's Billy Bean. That's, what Oakland did. And, but time will definitely tell what happens. It's a long season. We've seen it. You can be 25 games back and still make it.
And make that roaring comeback in September.
You can be up 25 games and blow it.
And we've seen that too, just completely drop everything. Who knows? Again, like with the Rays, they're 5-10 right now. 15 games does not a season make. Plenty of time left. No worries.
And this is going to sound awful, but, there's still some injuries coming. And I'm not saying from the Rays. I'm saying from other teams.
Yeah, it's going to happen either way. That's just the nature of sports.
Did you get the update on the neck car and the points and all that kind of stuff that happened to Kowalski?
No, I did not see that.
They were
try to bring that up.
Well, they were a little ticked. Here's the thing that got me. Brad was a little upset because they came in and confiscated and looked at the car and all that kind of stuff, and then they hit him with a penalty. I understand to a certain point if you're testing me. I want to check you out. I want to check the validity. I wanted this and one of that. You get pulled over for a DUI. I was thinking it today, as I was driving back because I did what is soon to be illegal in the state of Florida. And please don't drive and text. I kind of swerved. I'm thinking I could be pulled over for drunk driving, because you swerved. And my thought is I'll do any test because I don't drink. So I'm not really
you're
worried.
Gonna be fine.
So to be adamant when here they were adamant and got hit. Now, Brad or somebody else is going to say he didn't know. The team did it.
Yeah.
The team did it. Well, you know what? You better take care of your team a little and get rid of them then. But how many cars do you think do cheat? It's something we never talk about. The fact that there's cheating in baseball on a regular basis.
Certainly.
I don't know any other sport that there's more cheating in.
Yeah.
And from small cheating to big cheating. Is stealing signs cheating?
Yeah.
It's a great line.
It depends on who you talk to.
And it depends on how you do it.
Yeah.
You have a camera in center field, you're stealing signals. Yeah.
But if you're a third base coach who happens to see something from the catcher, then
how about a batter that kind of looks down and gets the signal? Of course, he gets beamed on the next pitch.
I'm not going to lie, I've done it.
Yeah,
I've done it. If you're not cheating, you're not trying.
I remember coaching third, and I was stealing the signals because the catcher didn't know how to catch. And literally, first name was fastball, last name was curve, and we hit. I want to say, and I don't want to exaggerate, I believe we hit 14 home runs. We won by just a stupid, amount. It was a pretty damn good team anyway. But I'm like, all right, Bobby, come on, Bobby. Here we go, Bobby. Bam, there it goes.
There it goes.
Now, is that cheating? You're stealing signs. And here's the ironic thing.
Yeah.
Here's the ironic thing. You're a runner at first base, okay, and you take off for second. What are you doing? What are you doing? What's it called?
Well, you're stealing.
I'm just saying. It's just crazy. So it is what it is.
Never thought of it that way.
Yeah, me either. Me either. All right, finally, any main subject other than, hey, scumbag in Boston, I hope you're dead soon.
Mike Rice, Rutgers, ex-Rutgers coach. He got paid.
Like $500,000, right?
Yeah, it was $475,000. And I guess the president was saying that they wanted to make sure they didn't give him some exorbitant amount of money. What? He had, I think it was $1.1 million left on his contract. It was $1 million for the next season, plus he got a $100,000 bonus for finishing the 2012-2013 season. So they basically cut it in half and said, take your money and don't let the door hit you.
I'm going to check.
Why would they pay him at all?
I'm going to check with Lola and Dave and everybody at the station and see if I start throwing these balls at your head, if maybe they'll pay me to go away as well.
We'll see what happens.
If they pay me $500,000 for throwing this tennis ball at your head and to go away, pay me.
Sure.
You don't have to pay me $500,000. Pay me $463,000.
Oh, okay. Only.
And I will go away, and you will never hear from me again.
Wow.
I want to thank everybody who took time out of their schedule to tune in, to call in, to be involved. We got a lot of Facebook messages, a lot of Twitters. Follow us on Twitter at Knockout Radio.
At KO Eggs.
Last week, one of the best interviews this program has ever done was Steve Garvey. I think we topped it this week with the Dominator, Dominick Cruz. That'll be up on YouTube, on our website, all that, hopefully in the next couple hours. Want to thank everybody. Hit me up if you want to go out to the home show. Hit me up. Just want to hit me. I'll see you next Thursday out at the golf course. Have a great weekend.